Good morning, traders. Michael Sabo here with MF Global, coming to you here on Friday, October 14th. Happy Friday to you. Bringing you some opening commentary here in the energy markets. First off, let's start off here with this November crude here. Let's do a recap here on yesterday. Yesterday's action here, as we could see, we really had some pretty good downside action. We were almost getting ready to try to target here that 83 area, which I've talked about in several posts here, has been an area here that we've identified here as using a Fibonacci retracement area. Came almost down to that area. We got down to a low of 83.17. And if you recall here, we were kind of, I mentioned here, we were kind of looking for around that 83 area. So we held up actually pretty well there. Today we're getting a bit of a bounce here. We had some decent economic data out this morning. Yesterday was kind of mixed. But you look at the outside markets there, and we did get a firm push there, and then we kind of backed off a little bit. We did get EIA numbers out that were delayed there a little bit. A little bit bigger build there in the nat gas run. I think it was 107 billion cubic feet. But in the crude oil there, we saw a surprise build that was coming in about 1.3 million barrels. As you recall, a lot of traders were looking for unchanged there to maybe a slight build. We came in quite a bit bigger than what traders were looking for. So you'd think that would put a little bit of pressure on the market, but in actuality, these outside market forces here, a real positive tone. The dollar, you look at that dollar index chart, has been kind of pulling back. As a matter of fact, that's weaker here this morning. So these things lending a little bit of support to the market. I really think the market is a bit overbought, though, at this area. We've really seen, a pretty good move up. We saw a little bit of a rounding over here, but then today we're getting a bounce up. So I think, today, watch that $88 area basis Novi crude. I think we should get strong resistance up there. Currently, we're up about 260 right now, trading around 86.83. We busted through that 86.60-ish area earlier this morning, which was pretty strong resistance. We were following here from the 11th as well as the 12th of October. So they're breaking through that area of resistance. The market should come back down. We should test that area. That could be a supportive area. Find some support in that area, become new support after it was old resistance. That market may try to move higher off there. But again, I got to caution traders here. I do see, even though I'm a long-term bull, as many of you know, I do see that market could be a bit overbought. We could be in store for some pullback here. So we certainly got to watch the news. We did get some Chinese inflation data out, and the news with there, the important story there is this: is that it appears that, and I don't trust a lot of news that comes out of there, a lot of data that comes out of there, because I think there could always be a manipulation with it. But nonetheless, what it's suggesting is that the Chinese government has their inflation a bit under control, and that's basically viewed as a positive. Here we take a look at, I mentioned here the EIA, the bigger than expected draw. We take a look at the 5-year average. We're running about 4.8 million barrels above the 5-year average. So we're not seeing a huge build above that here. Pretty much I'd say right about in line. November Brent does go off the board here today. So those of you that are trading Brent here, time to start looking at the next month. I'll keep you posted on the WTI when that's getting ready to roll, but you still got a little bit of time on that. The complex is much firmer as well. RBOB 281.25. We're up about 5.5 cents. The heat 304.83. We're up about 7.70 right now. So a pretty big jump there. Nat gas a bit firmer as well. 360. We're trading around. We're up about 6 to 7 cents. That nat gas yesterday, as I mentioned here, we got the injection numbers there, a little bit bigger than the expectations. We did dip down briefly, but that market does seem to find some support around that 3.5 area. So I think traders, you should watch that area as a potential support area. Give me a call on the desk. I can talk to you a little more on that. I do have some plays in that nat gas market if you're looking to try to get positioned here. I think this could be a good time. We didn't see much, as I mentioned in other posts prior, didn't see much really in the storm activity really affect nat gas prices too much. We're really in some mild weather right now, so we're not seeing a lot of demand for nat gas from the heating sense yet, nor the cooling. So I think it's kind of keeping nat gas prices under pressure here a little bit. But as we start to head into the winter months here, if the projections are correct, especially here in the Midwest, they're calling for a pretty wicked winter. So there's a chance we could see a decent spike there in demand, which could possibly cause prices to move a bit higher. So give me a call. I can talk to you a little bit more on that, get you out some information on that. The number to the trade desk is 1-800-798-7671. And of course, remember that past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results, and the risk of loss does exist in futures trading.